Hey, welcome to the Major League Minute Podcast. I'm Doc, and I'm here with GMP, and today we're talking all things MLV. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is the Major League Minute on YouTube. We are currently sitting around
Like
50
52
plus,
or something?
subscribers, looking to get to 100 subscribers within
That's
the
our
next
goal.
couple weeks. If you find this content beneficial, you enjoy listening to it, please let us know by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Then follow us on TikTok and Instagram at the Major League Minute Podcast. Let's get into it today. It's where are we at here? Episode 20?
Yep.
We'll do week 11 recap and then week 12 preview. And we'll start with we love to start with the Volley app update because I am gradually, week after week, sliding down the.
Yeah, you are.
For whatever reason. Obviously, I don't know why, but it's happening. And you're actually.
I'm going the other way.
So maybe you can bring us up to speed on the whole Volley app thing.
Our goal is to get to 50 teams in our league.
Okay.
Right now we're at 45. So we've gotten one new team the last, I think, 3 weeks. Slowly but surely, we're on our way to 50.
And it's never too late to join the fantasy league.
No.
And how would they do it if they wanted to?
Go to playvolley.com/MLM.
Yep.
And then it'll just prompt you to get the app and then make a team, and then you join our fantasy league.
Tons of fun, and it's free.
It is free, and it is tons of fun. I'm very obsessed.
We have two asks. One, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Second,
if you think Doc is funny, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Okay, we'll see what that does.
Because you're hilarious.
If it's not, so if our numbers don't go up,
you're
that
the
means
only reason why people listen. It's all because of you.
Okay.
Are you?
Second,
do you not like attention on yourself? Because you just kind of like.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just trying to move this thing right along. Our second ask is to join our fantasy league. Our second ask is to join our fantasy league.
Way to emphasize.
It's never too late to join. We'd love having you because there's some people are moving up and back. I mean, we had
we have a new first place this week on our leaderboard for this season. Shout out to Jay Vikes. He or she, I guess I'm not sure. I think
them. He, she, they, them.
Yes. Anyway, they surpassed Tallahassee Turtles. So Tallahassee Turtles is now no longer number one, reigning king.
Where'd they slip to?
I think they're only second.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, Jay Vikes kicked them out of their throne.
Okay.
Because Tallahassee's been up there for a long time. When I looked at the round, Tallahassee Turtles finished 23rd last round.
Ooh, had a rough week.
Yeah. You finished 22nd.
Better than the Tallahassee Turtles. So how would that week? Because we did have some injuries. What if you have somebody on your roster that gets injured and now they're...
That's why your bench is really important.
Ooh,
you have
I never save enough coin to pick a bench player.
No, bench players are free. You're not charged for bench players.
See, this is the fine print that probably most of us don't know about. That's why you're actually leading in the league.
That one is very easy to figure out. When you select it, it tells you, and you can select it free of charge. If you try selecting someone, it's not going to ask you for additional money.
Okay. I thought because I was out of money that I was out of players.
No.
So how many subs can I pick then?
You get one sub per position. Yeah. So that's crucial because
it's killing me.
For example, this is a great example. This week this was literally the first time I signed someone for a 3-week contract, and it was Blake Moeller.
Okay.
As I'm sure we'll get into it, but she had a season-ending injury this week. So what the app does, it automatically replaces your bench player with that person. Not even if there's just an injury. Pretend say my sub was Reagan Pittman and my regular player was Blake Moeller. Say Blake only scored 30 points and Reagan on my bench scored 80. It'll automatically substitute. It'll make that sub for you.
It works in your best interest.
Yes, that's why you gotta select a bench.
How was I supposed to know that?
That one's easy. That one's easy to find out.
I need the rules of the game.
Okay, that's where the help section comes from.
Jeez.
But also there's always the info icons on every single button there.
Okay.
So that one, I promise you, that one's easy to find out. I will agree with you, there are other things where I'm like, I guess I don't know the answer. I'd have to go look at the fine print. But
maybe I'm the only one.
Maybe, but maybe not. Listen, if you're asking, I'm sure there's someone else out there asking.
Or not, but the best team names in order.
Okay, well, wait, back. I guess we can go this way. Well, I was looking
You just want to let us know that you finished last and now you're 4th overall?
What are you talking about? I didn't finish last.
9th in the last round.
No, that's not what I was going to say. But on the last round, I finished 9th, which is a low week for me. But I'm somehow still advanced 1 position on the season leaderboard, and I'm now 4th.
However that works.
Yeah.
Where's your mother-in-law?
You're sitting at 22nd. I don't know.
She might not have
check.
subs either. I'll have to check with her.
Please do.
Okay.
The best team names, in my opinion, in the order, I'm just going the top 3 because I started like browsing through the teams and I was just trying to see if I recognized anybody. And I can't believe I haven't looked at these team names before because some of them are pretty funny. Did you look?
No.
Some of them are just random. Like, I remember there was a team name in there called Fuzzies. I'm just like, okay, there's one like D-Claw.
Certified Roofers Union.
Certified Roofers Union.
Yeah.
That one is a good one, but it didn't make my top 3.
Okay.
So anyway, here we go. 3rd place. I'm choosing Go Net It. So go net it. It's like go get it, but go net it. Now, ironically, I think that's a terrible thing because you don't want to touch the net. That's why I thought it was funny. No. I don't think that person intended it to be like that.
Go net it. What place are they in? Do we have any idea?
No, okay. I can't check with my phone.
This ain't about what place you're in. It's about the best.
I'm just talking about the
funniest.
Names.
Okay.
Yeah, the names. So number 3, or I guess in 3rd place, Go Net It. All right, in 2nd place, which I have to emphasize, or I have to preface, I think this might be an inappropriate.
No,
it might be.
It's volleyball lingo.
Yeah, okay. So 2nd place is Give 'em the Bick.
Right. That means set them back real quick.
That's exactly what that means. That's the only thing that means.
What were you thinking?
We'll talk about that later.
Back row quick. Give it to them.
Yes. So I thought that one was funny.
Comical.
Yes. And then 1st place.
This is you. This has to be you.
This might not be everyone else's 1st place, but for me, this is 1st place. And that is Pusic's Black Shoes. Are you kidding me?
That's somebody that's been listening to the podcast.
Yes.
For sure.
Shout out to that person. Love you for the team name. That is hilarious.
It's probably her. It's probably Pusic herself.
Oh my gosh. That would be hilarious. But seriously, such a creative name. And thank you, because I noticed it. And it just reaffirms that someone out there is actually listening to us. So I thought that was really funny.
Because that's your volleyball ick for those that don't know, right?
Yes. Black shoes, white socks, but just in general, black shoes on a volleyball player are just icky.
And she wears them every match.
Every match. Which is even more frustrating because we're over halfway. And now you see when like players will switch out their shoes. I don't know if you pay attention to details like that, like I do, but we see like players are busting out new shoes and they're making their rotations in their shoe game, but Pusic has not. She's still rocking and rolling with those black shoes.
And you know what? It's working for her. She's on the All-Star team.
She is good. I have to say, just because you wear black shoes, it's not fact you're unathletic. You just look like it to me.
Just appears that way.
But she's great. Also wanted to say, because this is just kind of funny and it caught my attention, there's a team name out there called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, but they're sitting in the 41st spot in our league.
Okay.
So I thought that was funny. Their
so
team
funny.
Because their name is Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, but
and
they're not even in the top 10.
They're a Luther.
They're a Luther. They're not even in the top 10. But
Winner Chicken Dinner. Get it together.
High hopes. I love it.
They probably don't know about all these hot tea rules and these hot takes on what to do when, and that you can have bench players and that you need middles and that.
All you have to do is read the info icons. I mean,
some of us just need the cliff notes.
You just need to take the time. 5 minutes. That's all it will take.
Okay, let's go to the top scores for the week for the fantasy league, which made no sense to me, obviously. Atlanta only played 1 match this week, so how could they have the top 3 performers points-wise in the major league?
Okay, this is a great thing. I need to make a note because this is something that I don't understand. This is a specific question that I need to go read about because I don't know, to your point. Like, it makes sense because how can you get penalized as a player when you don't even get to control the calendar, the schedule, and you only play once, but all the other, or not all the other, but maybe 6 of the other 8 teams get to play twice that week. So it makes sense that it's not penalizing the players for that. I would just like to read the explanation of like exactly word for word what it means, but To your
top
point,
three score.
A very interesting week because the top three scorers are A, all on the same team, and B, this team only played once this week, right? So that is Atlanta. So we had third place top scorer was Avery Carlson, which is actually kind of crazy because I think this is the first time we've ever seen a setter finish in the top three. So
I mean, she had some digs,
maybe
and some blocks.
Assuming. Okay. Second place, a familiar name, Leah Edmond with 100.4 points. And then first place, shout out to Aiko Jones. I think this is her first time getting first. I don't know if I can't confidently say this is her first time in the top three, but I think this is the first time at first place. So she scored 115.2 points last week.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's
for
on
her.
the very high end.
The Vibe must have rolled in that match in order to
they did
put up these kind of numbers.
They did upset.
But this is the fantasy league. I mean, you never know who's going to do well. I mean, we had the Tallahassee Turtles dropping back for the first time in weeks, maybe months. And then we got GMP moving up and steadily, surely, but slowly, I keep sliding down. But now that I know the rules, I'm looking forward to the second half of the season. So let's get into some of the MLV news. I heard the other day on one of the broadcasts that the MLV, used to be PVF, is now they hit their 1 millionth fan mark. That means in attendance. The average is 4,000 fans per match or attendees per match. So impressive. What's your perspective on that?
If we're going to compare it to Love, absolutely impressive.
Dang, I wish I would have got the deets on that, on Love. We can kind of go apples to apples, but
I wouldn't even guess that they've hit 500,000.
And they've been around for how many seasons? Is this their second or third?
Yeah, it's only their second. Okay, so to your point, that we do have one more year on them, but I mean, everybody knows like their attendance is not the greatest. That's not what they emphasize, I don't think. It's not part of their business model.
Right. I would love to run the numbers from, we can go the MLV versus the NBA.
I was going to say, I think the better comparison would be like the WNBA or soccer even.
WNBA, they just signed a new contract. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, the Players Association and the league came to an agreement, and huge pay jump coming for the WNBA.
For the players?
Yes.
How do we feel about that? That's a whole can of worms.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a separate podcast on that one, and we'll leave that one for the WNBA minute, perhaps.
We'll let the Just Because podcast pick that one up.
That'd be a good one. Yep. But it looks like we're averaging about 4,000 per match over the last few years, which is obviously could be better.
I think it could be better in certain locations. Yeah. However, those are like cities where there is a ton of battle for entertainment. I mean, when you think of San Diego, right, that's one of, in my experiences, that's the least amount of fans in the building. And it's San Diego. I mean, you have the beach to fight with. Right. So I understand why those numbers are probably a little bit lower, but I think Omaha and Columbus are really
skewing the average, right?
Yeah, we're carrying the load, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's all good, and I think for a franchise, or I guess I should say a league that's only been around, this is year 3, I would say this is pretty good.
I think the bigger idea is that it's trending in the right direction.
Yes.
And things are going to take time.
With the new commissioner,
the commish,
had 15 years in the NFL, like I'm really excited to see what she does for this league and how much she's going to elevate it and bring attention to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can't wait for it to see the effects of the new commish in the league. But I did want to talk about, I don't know if you watched one of the matches. Has there or was there a rule change as it relates to, or what is the rule? Because I was watching the match, Indy was playing, and after the serve, Elena Scott jumped in front or switched positions while the serve was over the net with Anna DeBeer in the back row. What are the rules on that?
What? Indy Ignite is receiving.
Yes.
And the ball is coming over it. It has released from the server's hand. It's in the air.
Because you have to start in your position, right?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When can you switch?
After contact.
Is that the rule? Has that always been the rule?
Yes.
Oh.
What I
thought it was after first contact.
No. Okay. After they pass it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's after the ball is released from the server's hand.
So there is no rule change with that.
Yeah, I saw your notes on that and I was like, I don't know what he's referencing.
Okay, I thought maybe there was a
So like I'm assuming what happened was Elena was helping Anna with passing and just scooted her out of the way. They literally switched,
yes.
or Elena just went in front of her?
Switched.
Well,
is what the announcer said. But can you do that in college? Is that the same rule in college?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad I brought that up and didn't learn anything from that.
You did learn.
I learned
now
that it was
know
always
that
a thing.
Yeah, that it's always a thing.
Now we can talk about some injuries, unfortunately.
Oh, wait, you forgot the new hire.
We'll talk about that down there, I think. Yeah, under the new hire we got one for Orlando and one for the Vibe. We'll talk about them in a second.
Okay.
Let's talk about the season-ending injuries with Blake Moeller and Leah Myers.
Yeah, so I knew Leah Myers was injured, but I did not catch that it was a season-ending injury. So that made me sad for her because, I mean, one of her last matches was against Omaha, and she tore us up. She was like one of their top scorers in that match. So I thought that she was really doing a great job for her team and leading in a lot of different ways. So
and Grand Rapids needs all the help they can get.
I know they really do. They really do. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, so I did not know that Leah was out for the season. And then unfortunately we saw Blake Moeller also season ending injury, which at the time of the match, we didn't know it was going to be season ending. As I'm sure a lot of people saw her social media post, you know, she did the whole thank you so much. Right. Sad to go. This isn't what I wanted, but love my team, love all the support. So that just really stinks.
Did you watch that happen?
I did,
She was actually playing. She had like 3 incredible kills. I think a couple were on a slide back to back to back. And then this happened. Looked like a non-contact injury. Yeah, that's the worst part of all. Sometimes you would rather it be contact because then you just have something to blame it on. But this just looks like she jumped up to block. She came down on the ground, didn't land on anybody else, wasn't bumped by anybody. Like, I don't know if it was the ankle or the knee. It seemed like the knee to me, but the announcers were talking about like it was the ankle, but it seemed like it was the knee. And I think from a social media post she put out, it sounded like it was a knee too. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's just such a bummer that just is a freak accident that. But I mean, that's kind of been the nature of the beast for the Indy Ignite was, they've been preparing all season for things like this to happen because they've been playing all their players. Yes, that's a very good point. It's not like this is going to impact them drastically. Although she was a great middle playing at an all-star level, they've been plugging and playing. And the coach, Bertolacci's been pushing all the right buttons all season long. I wouldn't expect it to drop off it whatsoever, would you? I don't think so. I do think that team chemistry would change. Excuse me. I do think that the chemistry is going to look different, but I do believe that the Indy Ignite will still perform at a very high level. I don't think this is something that's going to, kick their feet out from underneath them and they're going to just implode from here. I think that, to your point, they have been preparing for something like this. So I think they're still going to be a very tough team to beat. And it looked like Lydia was, we can get into this a little bit later, but Lydia was also she was in a boot. And I think that was from the Omaha match. I remember there was a tweak in the Omaha match. Do you remember that? Yep. I actually asked her about it afterwards. She played through it. She did play through it. So it's just unfortunate to see that now it's, at an even greater scale. But the good news is her injury does not seem like a season-ending injury. So I think we'll see her again. Yeah, I think the boot was just a precautionary measure to keep her as healthy as possible. Right. And then picking up the slack for both of them. They were both out in the same match, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But then who came in? Cressy. And then the Italian. I know, it's like she's Italian. Right? Right. I think so. I don't remember what she is, but I mean, and I didn't see that they didn't hire anybody this week, right? Right. Nope. And finishing up on the injuries, Hannah Maddox still out. Don't know much about her, but we did see Brittany Abercrombie. Did you watch that match? I did. I only watched like the recap of that one. Okay. She came in spotty. She didn't play the whole, yeah. She didn't play. I think she only had like 3 points. She didn't do much. They didn't set her a whole lot, but the good thing was that she was actually in the match. Did they do that because Shimei was not performing well, or did they want Brittany to get probably yes and yes, but they were the announcers were talking like Brittany wasn't quite ready yet. So that was, I'm assuming that's the match that Atlanta upset them. Yeah. I think Orlando is having some struggles right now. Obviously, they're still in the hunt.
They are still top 4.
So they are having some challenges. We'll get into the all-star picks in a little bit, and I got some questions about some of these picks as well. But before we do that, there are some new hires. Indy did not hire anybody that I know of.
No.
Okay.
It's just the newest hire is for Orlando.
Okay.
And it's an opposite. So I'm very curious.
You know her? Zoe?
I do not personally know her.
Wetherington? Okay.
Yeah. So she started her college career at Utah, and then she transferred to Penn State.
Okay.
I think she graduated maybe in 24.
Oh, she's young.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not a rookie, but she's still young. And she went and played. No, she's played in Korea and in Greece.
Okay.
So I am just like, this is another big question mark. Like they hired an opposite where Shimei has been picking up the slack for Brittany because of the injury. She's been playing great, in my opinion. I think she's had some really high moments, and she hasn't let herself get down in any low moments. So I thought that she stepped in and she's done a great job.
When did they hire Zoe? Do you know?
I don't know the exact. Was it this week? Yes, it was.
Maybe it was after this last match when maybe they figured out Brittany's not quite ready yet.
Yeah, I could have to look up the date exactly, but
maybe that's the logic behind that after seeing her come in and not able to really.
So does that mean Brittany, we're not going to see Brittany at all the rest of the season?
I wouldn't say that. I say you might see her in a week or two, or you might see her this week. I mean.
So then what? Zoe's just a temporary contract?
Could be.
I think that's crazy. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Okay. So why don't you tell us what you think's going to happen?
I wonder if Brittany's even going to come back.
Yeah, she was on the road to coming back. I think she just came in a little premature based on the way the match was going. I think they've seen that perhaps and maybe slow rolled her.
Zoe was hired yesterday.
Okay.
Monday.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
So So just so I'm clear, you think Zoe is going to be a temporary hire?
Because I think they're going to slower roll Brittany back into the lineup after seeing. I think they put her in a little premature after this last match. I watched the match. I watched her play. It wasn't good. It was. Sorry,
it's not funny. It's not funny, but
it looked too soon to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's not playing in the All-Star match, is she? Because I forget, did she even make it?
No.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. I was not anticipating her to make it.
Right.
But so anyway, back to Zoe. It seems like she did really well in Korea. So I'm
Is that a good league?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm anxiously awaiting to see what she can bring to the MLV.
Okay. So that was an interesting hire for you. I was interested by the hire of Maggie Mendelson.
Yeah.
Mendelson.
Yeah.
Who was at Nebraska.
Uh-huh.
Played basketball and volleyball, then transferred to Penn State. Just played volleyball there, right?
I don't know. I
think she did. But
incredible though. I think of the time management.
Yeah. Like, as a student athlete,
you're in season the entire school year. That's got to be tough.
So what's your take on the Vibe bringing her in for the second half? Temporary hire or they're down?
No, I don't think it's temporary because they have 2 middles that are injured.
Who are those?
Corey Lewis and Raven Collier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna have an opportunity.
I think she's gonna see the floor even.
So I wonder what she's been doing.
She was just at Penn State. She was finishing up her master's.
Okay. Interesting hire. I mean, bringing somebody straight out of college.
No, I think she's still currently in school.
May or may not have been playing.
I'm sure she's been active, like working out, but I mean, if she's a great player, she's got to what?
She has to stay ready so she don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
Because the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. All-Star Week is among us. Finally, we've been talking about it for a while. Looking forward to the match on Saturday.
March 28th. Yeah. Is that Saturday?
Saturday, and it's on CBS and Paramount, which is, I think that's the big CBS channel, right?
It is, yeah. And I just know from numbers last year, this was the highest viewed stream that we've ever had.
So is it on CBS Sports Network or CBS?
It's CBS
like
and Paramount Plus. Okay. Yes, the big dog.
Well, then let's go.
Yeah.
Interesting match for them to show on, I'm thinking.
Well, that's because last year we had like 500,000 people watching
so they want to run it back.
Yeah. So it worked well. And it was highly anticipated, and it was highly viewed. Of course, we get to do it again.
And then before we get into the rosters for the All-Star match, is it the best of 5 like it would be any other match?
Dang, that's a good question. I don't know.
Has to be.
It has to be.
Right.
I would think that it has to be.
And then what's on the line?
Absolutely nothing. You get, a star on your resume, in my opinion.
A trip to Orlando?
A trip to Orlando.
Sunny Orlando, Florida.
You get some sunshine. Maybe you get a nice jersey and maybe like a free duffel bag. I'm not really sure, but you get no further compensation for this.
Okay, great. But maybe it's not about the players. Maybe it's about promoting MLV on a national platform, CBS.
I think that is the only reason for the All-Star game. And so from a business side of things, I can totally understand the value of it. I can understand the importance of it. Because if, at the end of the day, I want to walk how I talk, well, I'm talking like, this is the MLV. This is the best thing. Like, this is so great for us. And, I want this to continue on for the next 50 years plus. Like, then I have to agree that agree with the All-Star purpose. As a player, though, it pains me a little bit. Just, I think, this is such a tough part of season. People are getting injured left and right, like we're seeing, and they're tired. And so I just don't love the extra load that these players have to go through because of this. I also wonder, I'm feeling that way. So I am positive they are feeling that way. And so I wonder if the level of the match might not be as good because they're going to be hesitant.
I got zero concern about this. We got the top players in the league playing on CBS.
I hope I'm wrong. Literally, I do hope that I'm wrong.
Hundreds of thousands / millions viewers.
That they play.
This is their opportunity to represent themselves, their franchise, the league on a national stage.
Yes, I got
no doubt. And these girls are so competitive, just like you would be if you were chosen for this.
Okay, but Doc, think about it. This means nothing. Like, what's really on the line, though, is $1 million in a championship. That's more important to them right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm seeing everything that you're saying and I agree with it. I just also know there's another very real side.
Can we get a player on here that made the All-Star team before the All-Star match and we can ask them?
Well, the All-Star match is this week.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure I could.
We dropped the ball on that because we talked about doing that from getting their perspective.
Sorry.
We'll think about that, see if we can pull it off or not.
Okay.
Nonetheless.
Maybe I'll ask a Supernova.
Supernova, we got somebody coming in town this week? No, we don't.
No, they play away tomorrow on Wednesday, but maybe Thursday or Friday when they're back.
I wanted to see how the rosters break up before we get into the roster. There are 7 middle blockers, 6 outsides, 4 opposites, 4 setters, and 4 liberos. Among those, Indy has 5 representatives. Dallas has 4. Omaha has 2. Orlando has 5.
I think that's the most shocking one, but continue.
Okay, Atlanta has 2. Mojo have 3. Grand Rapids have 2. And then Columbus has 3. So my question is, how can some of the worst teams, how can Columbus have 3 All-Stars and yet they're 8th in the league? What value did the fan vote have on choosing these All-Stars?
Okay, so maybe Columbus is the 8th team in the league, but they have Reagan Pittman, who's the leading blocker in the league. So that makes sense. Then you also have Raina Terry, who is also outstanding in her position. I think overall this year in the league, the opposite position is maybe where...
Is she an opposite? Raina Terry?
She is for the All-Star.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I think the opposite position is where a little bit where we're lacking dominance. Maybe people agree or disagree with me on that, but I just think the fantasy league, when I go to pick my opposite, I just feel like there's not very many people to select from. But anyway, so that's how we have those numbers. But what's I guess interesting to me is Orlando has 5.
Is the fan vote, how influential was the fan vote, or what value did it bring to choosing these rosters?
So I think that there had to have been some type of committee that picks, let me rephrase that. I think that they analyze and compare statistics. So there's that part. Then there's the
Stats.
fan vote. I think when there's a too close to call situation in the statistic realm, they're going to then look at the fan vote and be like, and that's going to be the deciding factor.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Okay. And we have the two teams with the two coaches we've already talked about. I don't know how they divvied up the teams. Do you have any idea on that?
I think, okay, so it reminds me of like our Sunday volleyball.
Okay.
Sorry, now we're renamed to the Holiday V-Ball crew.
Okay, yep.
You know, everyone's always like, Gina, what are teams? What are teams? Every time I make a team, I always start with setters. So I try and separate the two best setters. In our situation, it's only me and you.
Right.
But
we got two to choose from.
Yes, so. But in this, that's where I would start.
Okay.
So like having Mia and Nati on the same team just would not make sense to me at all. So that's where it's just like they probably did that type of mindset with every single position. So which team are you picking?
I haven't even looked at it from that angle yet, but I will.
So originally I was going with Team Laureen.
Okay.
Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Just because of Mia. I was like, I trust Mia. She's going to run that show. But then on Team Mesky, then you have Nazi.
Right.
And I'm like, dang it. I don't know what I am going to do. But I think now I do have my final answer.
And because there's no value in winning, there's no incentive to win. I mean, probably Nati is going to play the first set. Maybe they'll alternate.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's
it's not going to be all one setter or the other, or all the positions will be plugging and playing the whole match.
I guarantee you everyone is going to play. Like, I'm sure that's a requirement.
Right.
I'm sure those coaches were informed, hey, this is the all-star match. Every single person has to play. Get your lineups ready. But my next thought and question would be, okay, if I'm Dan Mesky, for example, am I starting with who I think the best 7 are?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without question.
Okay. Well,
why wouldn't you?
Because
you want to get off into a fast start.
Well, I don't know.
Do you not want to win?
It's a gamble because then it's like, okay, what if the other team is starting with their best 7? What if I want to end with my best 7? I don't know. It's just like fun things to think about.
When you've played in things like these exhibition matches where you don't have a lot of time to prepare, work with your setter, work with your hitters, work with your whatevers, your coach. What was my question going to be? So do you have a practice or two or some time together?
I guarantee you there's no practice.
Is the practice going to decide who gets to start?
I bet it's just a serve and pass and that's it.
Oh, okay. So it ain't about that.
It ain't about what?
It ain't. There's nothing on the line. It's simply an exhibition match.
Yes.
That's
if I haven't made that clear yet.
That is unfortunate.
It's just, but again, you got to think of it from the entertainment side and the marketing side. Like, this is a good thing for the MLV, and we have to be reminded of that this is good.
It is good for the MLV.
It's a sacrifice to the players and the teams, in my opinion, but it is good for the overall league.
But it better be good volleyball, and it better be entertaining volleyball.
Yeah, I agree.
So in order to get that out of your players, I think there needs to be something.
But Doc, we're as simple as I can say, we're professionals. So we shouldn't need multiple practices with somebody in order to play.
You guys talk about that all the time. Staying after practice. We just practiced for 4 hours. I'm staying and getting some middle sets off of my setter.
Yeah, but that's
some bics off of my setter. And we just did that for 4 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it.
That's because you're maybe like working individually on something that you want to improve or change. And when we're just going to show up for a match, it's like you just rely on
It's going to be a glorified scrimmage. That's been the whole problem with the NBA All-Star stuff. It's been non-entertaining.
Because it's bad?
Yeah.
So because they don't care?
Yeah.
Or what?
So they've tried several different avenues, ways to make it more entertaining to the public. They've done a variety of different ways to get the players to, perform
more about it,
perform at their best, and actually put together an entertaining product for the All-Star match. So,
and it hasn't worked.
They've tried a bunch of different things. So the jury's still out.
Okay.
Let's talk about the teams.
Okay. So Team Laureen, I got to put this up closer to me.
It's small print.
Our opposites, we have Azani Teeler and Aiko Jones, two great opposites. You could say that for everybody. The setters on this team are Mia and Shampoo.
Probably two best. Keep going.
The liberos are Shada and Morgan Hintz.
Couple of the best. Yep.
Well, yeah, we can say that for everybody.
Yep.
Then the outsides, we have Mimi Collier, PBR, Brooke Nunaviller.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
That's kind of surprising. There's only 3.
No, there's 6 total, 3 on each team.
Well, yeah,
Do the math. Do the math.
I knew that. Okay, so for middles, then we have Reagan Pittman Nelson, Lydia Martin, who is no longer playing because of injury.
Are you sure about that? She won't be ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm positive. So I don't know who is replacing her on this team, but the replacements for Lydia and for Brooke Moeller, because both were on the All-Star, are Natalie Foster and Abby Walker.
Okay.
Then the last middle blocker is Kaz Brown. So let that sink in, because now I'm going to say the other team. And then it's like, ooh, who's going to win? So for Team Mesky, I started with the opposites. So I have Emily Londot and Raina Terry. Then for the setters, we have Natalia Valentin and we have Marley. Then for liberos, we have Pusick with the black shoes and then Elena Scott. Then the outsides are going to be Leah Edmond, Sophia Maldonado Diaz, and Charity Looper, which I'm surprised that Charity made it, just with her injury being
You're
out.
supposed to save that.
Sorry, my bad. Then we have the middle blockers of Lane Van Buskirk and then Blake Moeller. But again, I don't know if it's Natalie or if it's Abby Walker and then Marin Grote. So I know who I'm picking.
For what?
Which team I think is going to win.
Yeah, the top one, right?
You're going Team Lorene?
Yeah.
I think I'm switching to Dan Mesky.
Why? What made you switch your mind?
I think, although I originally wanted to go with Mia, I think that I'm going to trust Nati with everyone overall.
Okay. To your point, what AU experience, what value does some of the players that have played in AU previously, because this is a similar type of deal,
That's a great example of like why we don't necessarily need a full week of practice with everybody, because half these players played in AU. They're familiar with this. They're used to this type of, in AU, they change rosters every single week. So you have to quickly adapt and adjust to the players around you.
So with that in the back of your mind, that the AU players are probably going to be better at adjusting to a match like this.
I don't know if I could confidently say that they're better. I mean, you never know.
You're still rocking with Team Mesky?
Not trying to make this about me, but I feel like I could hop in with anybody right now and be like, yeah, let's roll.
Well, why didn't you hop in that Husker scrimmage and ball out? Did you ball out?
They played me a libero.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And what are you asking me here?
Why'd you get bumped to libero?
They needed me to pass.
Okay.
So I'm a team player. I will do what I'm asked.
Okay. So to be clear,
not what I want.
You're rocking with Team Mesky. I'm rocking with Team Lorene.
But end of the day, it's going to be good. It's very evenly spread out, in my opinion. And who knows? It's a coin toss.
I want to know, what's our over-under on watch views on CBS? Over under 1 million? What's the threshold?
Well, we have the numbers just for live. So 1 million people watching live. Okay. I doubt it.
No?
Yes.
What was it last year?
I think it was in the upper 400,000.
Oh, okay.
Watching live.
What would be a good number?
I'm going to hope 500,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
500,000.
Okay. Watching it live on CBS on Saturday.
I think just obviously with a whole nother year, it's gained more fans and more support and more attention. So I'm hoping, even slightly above 500 would be.
That'd be awesome.
I think that's doable.
Right. Of those 500,000 viewers, how many of those viewers will be Love volleyball players watching the competition in the MLV?
If they're not playing in their own match, I bet you they are watching.
I'm sure they are.
I bet you they will be.
Because they all play together in Athletes Unlimited and
or a national team even. Yeah. And they're going to be curious. Everybody's curious. Everybody wants to see what someone else is doing.
Well, I'm looking forward to the match. I just wanted, before we move on, were there any surprises to you in terms of you looked at the roster and seen who was on it and you said?
I think for me, Charity Looper does stick out. I'm just like, please, I'm not saying she's a bad player. I'm not saying she's deserving. I just don't know if, in Gina's opinion, I wouldn't say that she qualified this year.
Because of her?
She's been out. To me, she hasn't been putting up super crazy impressive numbers like Mimi and Sophia, for example. But yeah, that one just kind of surprised me.
Okay. Surprising for me was Abby Walker. Help me understand that.
Well, keep in mind she is a replacement, so she was a substitute. Who else would you have picked? Because a lot of middles are injured right now.
Maybe, I mean, how about Kiara? How about Phoebe? I guess she doesn't have a lot of reps either. Or
Well, she missed. Phoebe wasn't a starter for a while. That's correct. But I mean, Abby's been a starter since day one.
okay.
So she does have the most numbers, in my opinion, even over Kiara. Kiara didn't start in the beginning. Abby started since day one.
Okay. Were you surprised with Londot? You said the league overall is short on in terms of.
I would say that I am a little bit surprised on Emily. However, she just had an outstanding performance this last week. But again, like her and Merritt kind of were battling in the beginning for the starting position. And, you know, she hasn't always like been super consistent.
Okay.
And so she does kind of surprise me. But to your point that you started to make is there's not a whole lot of opposites this year, I feel like, to choose from.
But I do think she's peaking at the right time, and she peaked
yes,
offensively and defensively.
And defensively, yes. She had 15 digs this last match.
Good for her.
In a 3-setter. So
shout out Emily Londot. You're in there.
Yeah, bomb dot.
Anybody you feel looking through this list of rosters that you feel got the all-star snub? What?
That's funny.
I mean, who comes to your mind? Because I know who came to my mind first.
Well, I think we thought of the same person, and
No, you seen mine and then you thought of it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Okay, it's cheater, pumpkin eater.
I don't know. So I think we're both talking about Sydney Hilly.
Yeah.
And it's just like she was, you know, setter of the year last year.
VF champion, setter of the year.
The Final Four MVP in year MVP. 1. But I can't necessarily disagree with this decision. Don't think this
she's
season
been in the top 1 or 2 in assists. Back to our original conversation. All consistently is your main concern. Have they been consistently performing? She's been in the top 1 or 2 in assists all year long.
I just don't think that we're seeing the Sydney Hilly that we have the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
And that's okay, because maybe like Emily, like we just need her and everyone to be hot at the right moments. So I'm hopeful, and I think that Sydney has it in her, and I think that we will see it. I just don't, you know, I just think of Nati and Mia and just like their passion and their drive, even Marley. And I just don't think we see that from Sydney as much this year. She seems a little bit more like robotic. And I know it's because like the team's just going through it, and that's great. Like we talked about how that only strengthens and builds. So yeah, I think that we'll see it later on.
In conclusion, as it relates to the All-Star match, do you feel like this roster of both team represents the best players in the MLV up to this point accurately in their position?
I think I would say yes. I think that the MLV committee and, you know, whoever, the fans, I think that they know what they're doing. I think that they've been watching all season long, just like we have. And I think that the right people were selected overall.
Okay. Moving on. Let's get into week 11 recap. Just a handful of games this week. The first one's on Wednesday. We got some interesting scheduling coming up. Because of the All-Star, it looks like games are starting earlier this week.
Yeah, tonight. It's Tuesday.
Okay.
First game's tonight.
Last week, one started on Wednesday, and it was Dallas beat Grand Rapids in 4.
Yeah. We'll cut it short a little bit on the volleyball talk today, but on the actual matches. But this one was really interesting for me for Dallas, because when I was looking at the stat sheet, I actually thought this was a mistake. But 26 points for Sophia and 28 for Mimi in 4 sets. But what is more interesting is when I went to look at the attempts on swings, Nati set anyone else on the team, mostly it was middles, 28 times, 28 opportunities. She set Sophia and Mimi 116 times.
When the stove's hot, that's when you're cooking.
Crazy. That is so crazy. But it says 2 things, a couple things actually. Credit to Sophia and Mimi, because they were getting all those opportunities and scoring. Like they were, like you said, while the stove's hot, like Nati was feeding them, they were cooking. On the flip side, I'm like, dang, like if they are getting set that many times, how did Grand Rapids not close them down? It makes the offense so much easier when considering the defense so much easier when you're blocking. It's like, well, I know the ball's going to the pin.
Okay.
So I'm like, how did it should have made defense easier for them. But again, credit to Sophie and Mimi. They found ways to score no matter what. So that was just like, whoa.
Are you concerned about the load management as we get into the second half of the season for the Dallas outsides?
I am curious. I said this before. I just wonder how Mimi and Sophia are going to finish, especially because they're rookies, but especially because of the amount of attempts and jumps and swings that
they've been playing all year round, right?
I know.
They didn't take a break.
No, they've never been subbed out pretty much.
No, I'm talking about they went straight from college.
Oh, yeah. They're rookies. Yeah, exactly.
The MLV without a break.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, man, I need them to hold out just a little bit longer, but I am a little bit nervous.
So in the back of Coach Windsor's mind, do you think that's stirring a little bit? How do I manage this? They're pretty much in second place.
I think she's only thinking that if Mimi and Sophia are showing signs of like wear and tear.
I haven't seen it. Have you?
No.
Okay.
No.
And they're rookies, so they're young.
They're young.
Hopefully they'll hold up till the end.
Yes.
Grand Rapids, no one really was efficient. PBR led with 19 points and Alyssa Jensen middle, but
she did really good. I feel like I remember seeing she had a lot of fantasy points this week.
Okay.
But I'm a little bit I'm a little bit disappointed in Elizabeth Inna.
Mm-hmm.
And I always feel bad when I say something like that, but I'm wondering if that injury just did more than just physical.
What was her injury?
I don't remember what it was, but remember she was out for a little bit. Oh. And I wonder if it did a little bit more than physical, because in my experience, sometimes when you get injured, you come back, you're like hesitant and it doesn't let you play as free as you can. And so I'm just wondering if that's the case for her, because I just don't think that we've seen her at her best yet. Especially, even in the beginning. I mean, she had some strong moments, but I just think that there's more to her. And I just don't think that we've seen that.
Morgan Hensel led with 23 digs, but I did want to mention Cameron Turner. We got to see her live in Omaha. Who was the setter before her?
Sage.
Yes. So now Cameron's pretty much setting every match. I want to talk about from a defensive perspective, because she's an offensively capable-minded attacker, lefty. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but the Supernovas kind of held her in check a little bit as far as her attack goes. But from a defensive point of view, when the setter is so offensively minded, how does the defense prepare for that? Whose job is it to sit on her and make sure she cannot lefty kill that?
It's first and foremost the blocker.
Okay, middle blocker?
Yep. Well, typically it's the middle, yes. But there's maybe a situation where the ball gets passed like to the pins.
Right.
Who knows?
She's only killing from when it's a perfect pass, though,
yeah.
Right?
So that's the middle blocker, but it's also the defense, the libero or whoever is in position 1.
Knowing that she's left-handed setter.
Yep. And
or swinger.
She's left-handed, and she has consistencies to go to zone 1. So first and foremost, middle blocker. Second, I would say, is position 1, who's ever in that back row. But you don't necessarily expect or
anticipate.
You don't expect the middle blocker to block her. They just need to get a touch.
Okay.
That's all in that situation. Obviously, if she's going back with both arms and it's so obvious.
But I mean, she's jump setting that. She's doing that jump set that we've been talking about since she's been playing. That it can be a little bit, is she setting or is she hitting?
Yeah, the middle needs to be ready on that.
I thought the Supernovas did a pretty good job of defending that.
They did.
They might even blocked it a time or two. At least they got touches on it.
They did good. So anyway, middle blocker needs to just be ready, just be on their toes, light and ready, and their hands high, because they don't need to jump and block it. They just need to touch it and push it upwards.
But how does that impact? Because they also got to cover the pins.
Yeah, that's why middle blocking is the hardest position in volleyball, in my opinion.
Here we go. Back to square one. Let's move right along to Thursday, Orlando versus Atlanta. We both picked Orlando. Atlanta swept.
Yeah, so this was the upset that I don't think we were anticipating. And this is the game where I'm just like, I think there's something going on with Orlando. And I've felt that now for a week or two, but I'm just like, I don't know if Orlando's going to have a great finish. I could be wrong, but I just feel like I just got a feeling.
Okay.
Just got a feeling.
Well, they still don't have all their pieces back. Yeah. Still don't. You're also off key.
I've never claimed to be a good singer.
But this was the match where Brittany came back for a couple.
Yeah, and
made an appearance. It looked like she struggled a little bit. Yeah. But there you go. Natalie Foster led with 15 points. They're calling her the ace queen. It looks like she made the all-star roster partially because of her.
Whatever team she's on might win.
Which one is she on? Hold on.
We don't know. We don't know. When I looked in actually, maybe we do know, but when I was reading the article earlier this week, I didn't, maybe I I breezed through it too fast. I didn't see which team they were on.
Okay. But Atlanta hit 368 as a team. They were led by Leah and Aiko Jones.
Yeah, so this is the match where Avery, Aiko, and Leah all earned their first, second, and third positions in the fantasy league. So they were hot.
When you're hitting 368 as a team, that's pretty good.
That's fire.
That's pretty good for you and pretty bad for the defense, right?
Yes.
Moving on. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Columbus versus Indy. We both picked Indy. No brainer. Indy wins in 4.
But I was surprised that it went 4.
No, me too. But Indy didn't play great.
Yeah. Columbus, again, I will say that Columbus is not a team to sleep on. I do think that they fight. I think that they fight.
They're going to go as far as Raina Terry is going to carry them on her shoulders.
That's true.
Period.
Raina is the reigning queen of that team. She leads them, then followed by, I would say the next most important is Reagan with her blocking and her kills and also her emotional leadership. And then
Miss Consistency, Lush.
Yes. Megan, Courtney Lush. And then also their libero, Hapau. Is that how you say it?
Bless you.
I think that when she's doing well, I think the team feeds off that.
Well, they're running out of time.
Yeah.
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 But Indy only hit 138 as a team.
I know. They did not do too good, but good enough to get the dub.
Right.
Wow.
And that's the main thing. Find a way to get a win even when you're not at your best.
Yep.
Friday, Grand Rapids versus Omaha. We both picked Omaha.
Woo-woo. And we got it. Omaha sweeps Grand Rapids.
Yeah. What'd you think about that match?
I think it was great for Omaha. It was a combination of Omaha playing good and Grand Rapids not playing good.
Yeah.
I didn't think Grand Rapids played at their best.
Paige looks like she struggled. I've never seen her be subbed out before.
Omaha shut her down.
What was that about?
She couldn't score. She wasn't doing anything, which is really uncharacteristic but I don't know, maybe I think that was the first time Grand Rapids came to Omaha this season. So maybe she was nervous to be back in her OG team. I don't know. The atmosphere.
You got the Omaha served really well. You noticed that? What does that mean?
Yeah, they because where I sit, I'm on the media table on the end court. So I have like the best perspective, the best view of their serves. Omaha, each and every one of those players was like firing great, hard-driven float serves.
Without errors?
Yeah.
I didn't even check how many errors we had.
I think we had a couple, but not nearly as much as we have or others have had in the year. But they served really well, so they kept Grand Rapids out of system a lot. But Cam Turner really impressed me this match.
In what way? Because I've been
You have, and I wasn't seeing it the way you were seeing it, but this match I saw it.
Okay, you talked about the blocks as well. And then I looked and she only had one block. You talking about block touches?
Yeah. Like
for his
people don't hit over her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think she's athletic.
She is super athletic, can jump so high. She's only 5'8".
Okay.
And she's blocking people left and right. And we've talked about this, but how she is such an offensive setter going up there, whether it's the slam dunk or the two shoe or a left-handed kill. She's doing it all. She's good at defense. The only thing is, I noticed sometimes she struggles setting backwards. I noticed I think that might be her weakest set.
Who was the opposite that they were trying? She was trying to get her going the whole match, especially in the first set. Please stop setting the opposite. It's not working. She ended up hitting negative on 20 some attempts.
It was Enna, and then she got subbed out for the Spaniard. I can't think of her name.
Okay. Corsal or
yeah, it's like three
that.
different names. I can't think of it.
You thought that was because of the setting? I thought it was because more of the hitting.
I think it's a combination because how can Elizabeth Enna? I thought
she had some good looks.
I would say some, yeah, but there were some sets that I was like, ooh, she couldn't really do anything with that one.
Right.
But regardless, I saw Cameron Turner in a different light this match. I was very impressed with her.
At a whole, they only hit 123. So after dropping, the first set was extremely competitive.
Yeah.
And then it was downhill. It was 27-29 set 1, then it was downhill.
Easy breezy from there.
17-17 in set 2 and 3. So it's kind of a downer match. I was hoping for more of a fight. Paige didn't seem like she could get anything going whatsoever.
She did it.
Which was unfortunate. I was looking for a dog fight. For a scrap.
You know, I ain't going to be mad about getting home earlier that night.
Oh, you didn't get home too early because you got to interview Emily Londot, the player of the match.
Yes. She had a great match. I think it was 17 kills, hit over 400, had 15 digs.
18
You know
points.
who else had an awesome match? Elena Ogilvy. She set a franchise record for digs that match.
Okay.
I think it was 23 maybe in a 3-set match. And
that kind of flew under the radar, didn't it?
It's tough because she didn't get the player of the match, but she also set that franchise record. It was in the media.
Okay.
We announced that just because obviously she deserves the credit.
Again, she's an athletic libero.
She, to me, looks so tall. I feel like we're the same height.
And strong.
She does look strong.
Right.
Yeah.
And athletics. Saturday's one match on Saturday. We had nothing on Sunday. San Diego versus Dallas. Dallas wins in 4. San Diego hit 168 as a team.
Yeah.
And this is where Kaylee Cox, I think she was the player of the match, had 18 points. When she's going in the opposite, I really think she adds another dimension to their capability, helping Thunder and Lightning, Mimi and Sophia. When she's in the opposite contributing, I think they're going to be tough to stop down the stretch. So hopefully Nati keeps going to her as well. And then the two, Van Buskirk and Savage in the middle, are good outlets for her as well.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if Caitlin Horta is going to come back.
I've seen her on the bench, but
I wonder if she's feeling healthy yet or not. But doesn't
matter. I think they're playing well
Tristan
without her.
I was going to say, not that they don't need her, but they're doing fine.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Moving right along to the Rookie of the Week.
Rookie of the Week, aka is Sophia or Mimi this week. I don't know.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah, I was going to say it's hard to pick.
Go right to the hip, the high impact performer.
Okay. You want to go?
No, you.
Okay. Maybe it's lame because this is also who the MLV chose this week. I saw earlier.
It's who I chose.
We both are going with Emily Londot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
She played amazing. Like, we don't really necessarily see that every single match, but this match, when I interviewed her and asked her like what was going well or whatever, I don't exactly remember. The first thing she said was see ball, get ball.
Keep it simple, huh?
That's what she said. And I was all right, moving on.
Was she referencing offensively or defensively?
Offensively.
Because she also
both.
Yeah.
Because that's what I said. I was like, you were an offensive force with 17 kills, hit over 400, and a defensive force with 15 digs. What was working for you? And she just said, see ball, get ball.
See ball, get ball.
I love that answer.
Bombed out the backstop on defense. They were hitting to her and she was digging.
She was digging well.
Low-key impressive player of the lip for the week. You got?
I'm actually going with Cameron Turner this week.
So you're finally on board.
I did see her in a different light. I was like, you know what?
And that was nowhere near her best
something.
performance. And you're still rocking with her?
Yeah, I think because seeing someone live is just a lot different than on TV.
Right.
It's like, you just see a lot more of their personality and just a lot more.
And for me, the lip of the week is Kaylee Cox on the opposite for Dallas. I like getting her going on that side to help Sophia and Mimi.
I think that's a great pick. I think Kaylee Cox has been underrated from the get-go.
She's flying under the radar a little bit.
She is flying under the radar, but shouldn't be. Remember, like, way back in the beginning, she got subbed in for, I don't know if it was Sophia or Mimi, but she came in and then she, like, was player of the game and
then
had
buzzed off for, like, 2 months.
No, then she's just the opposite now.
Yeah, she got bumped.
I think that she ain't a player to sleep on, that's for sure.
Do we want to talk about a match of the week?
I would just pick Atlanta sweeping Orlando.
Just the shocker of it?
Yes, shock factor.
I'll get with that too. League standings after week 1. Nothing changed, you said.
Nothing changed. Yep. It's all the same this week.
So we're talking. I think Omaha's kind of solidifying itself in the 3rd position. Would you agree, or is that still shaky?
No, I would say it's still shaky.
Okay.
Because all like 3, 4, 5, I think maybe even 6. Those records are all pretty close. It's neck and neck.
To me, Omaha is the 3rd best team.
Well, I would agree with that.
And I think they're going to ride that out.
I think I don't want to jinx it, but I think we will make the Final Four.
Okay, leave it at that. No other changes. Columbus at 8th still, Grand Rapids 7, San Diego 6. Week 12 preview. How many matches we got? One,
Only
two,
a couple.
3, 4. Oh,
yeah, because it's the All-Star
just a
week.
few, and then the All-Star match on Tuesday, which is today. Hey, it's game night. It's match
so
day.
Excited.
Orlando versus Columbus. It's on YouTube. MP picks.
Man,
Orlando's on a slide. I'm going with Columbus.
I was going to pick Columbus this week.
Same.
I think I'm picking Columbus because it's at Columbus. I think I just got this feeling that Orlando's not doing too hot right now. I'm going with Columbus. This is going to be the match that they're going to take.
I feel like Orlando is in flux. I feel like Columbus is pretty.
I think that's a good way to describe it.
Right. They're in flux yet. And hopefully by the end of the season, they'll get it together. But I think they're
hopefully not. That's good for us.
Wednesday, tomorrow, we have 2 matches. Indy versus Grand Rapids. GMP picks Indy, and so do I. Sweep or no? I got no sweep.
It took me a very long second to process what you just said.
Sweep or no?
You said sweep or no. And I was like, what?
In 4 for me.
I'm going to say 4.
Omaha versus San Diego on Wednesday. This is where traditionally the Supernovas go to die.
Yes. Historically.
Trap match.
We do not have a winning record when we go to San Diego.
There's like 250 fans do they still have the big?
Yeah, it's like a giant bowl.
Right, and there's hardly anybody there.
500 people there, maybe. And this is on a Wednesday, so it might even be worse. We beat San Diego in 3, but then we beat them in 5 and we lost to them in 5. Then we're going to be at San Diego playing at 9 p.m. on their bodies. I'm a little bit shaky pizza. I go
Mojo.
Okay, I'm going Omaha because I want Omaha to win, and I think that they can do it.
Okay.
It's just they got a lot going against them right now.
One match on Thursday, Atlanta versus Dallas, and we both picked Dallas for that one.
Okay.
To me, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree. Okay,
and then that takes us to the All-Star match. We already did that's, again, when is that?
The 11 a.m. though. What? That is sus. I don't know why they would choose 11 a.m.
Maybe March Madness?
That's definitely got to be it. And we're on a major broadcast channel. Like, that's got to be it.
Yep, I bet you're right. Good for them, though.
You're right. You're the one who said it.
Good for them. So that's 11 a.m. Is that Central Time?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Great. We both are. I got Team Laureen, and you got Team Mesky on that one. So
that's a coin toss, though.
Thanks again for joining us on the Major League Minute. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Major League Minute Podcast, and then follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, we never talked about my thing.
It's just a talk. We'll see if we get any comments.
All right. We'll leave it for next week.